Jerry and I founded the Planning Consultants a few years ago, back in 1982, in order to help leaders be able to navigate this journey from entrepreneur to leader, which is what we've come to call leaderpreneur, because the traits that begin in terms of starting a company are really sometimes the traits you have to change in order to be able to grow a company and lead a company. We have found that if you are able to acquire and master some of these traits, you will be able to create a company of great worth and of great culture, and be able to transcend to the next level of growth. It will be able to scale. It will not become what's often called a founder-centric company. And you can think about these, because maybe there are some questions from here that you may want to ask the entrepreneurs, the leaderpreneurs, that will help you on your journey. Think about what you want to get from tonight and what you want to be able to learn.
Anyone prepared to help me out on this one? But that's not me. I'm a startup guy, and I love to start something up, give it traction, give it legs, give it opportunity, show the vision to a buyer, and move on. That's what I do.
Reinvention. The business changes and you must change with it. And if you don't do so at your peril, you have to really look at the business in terms of how the climate out there is changing and how your product changes with it.
Biotech is super risky, and you got to take risks to get ahead. All entrepreneurial companies, this is the competitive advantage of you can take risks and do things and be nimble when bigger companies can't. But people are people, and people inherently don't like risk.
But what happened is all the VC money came after us. And you know what? It's very tempting. They want to give you everything they've got. And to say no when you really need it the most was tough. So to de-risk the program, I didn't want a VC to come and give me money and nothing else, when my big challenge was how to go to market. I needed access to market.
And it turned out when we disagreed on something, he would negotiate and I would escalate. Now you can imagine how successful a discussion would ensue at that point. So what we learned was that we were both wrong. And that drove us back to the starting blocks, as to taking a different approach. So we didn't waste much time in terms of, quote, defending a position or escalating a position. And so that was a large learning experience.
Everything that I needed to know to hit the next milestone, we'd hit that milestone, it would become irrelevant, and I had to learn a completely different new set of things to get to the next step. So it was this constant reinventing myself, learning new things that I found incredibly intellectually stimulating, and that's what kept me there for so long.
And I want to thank people that help leaders and entrepreneurs and leaderpreneurs, whatever you want to call us, get there. And these are the people like Bonnie and Jerry that make life possible. Because very often we forget about what is important and what are the rules. And we go out in our hurried way to do what we're trying to do, and we forget about what's important. And it's people like you that bring us to the present. And I want to thank you and Jerry, both, for making us think a little bit more coherently than we do in this crazy life. Thank you for that.
Thank you, Mark.
So each of you have taken some pretty important ideas tonight. You've gotten some wonderful gems from each of these leaderpreneurs, and I hope that you'll think about how can you apply this when you go back to the office tomorrow. What can you do as a leader to begin your journey as a leaderpreneur And I want to join all of you in thanking this wonderful group. They've really given us fabulous gifts.